Regan Slaymaker for International Boxing News. I have the pleasure to be joined by the WBC interim featherweight world champion Skye Nicolson. Skye, how are you today, mate?
I'm good, a bit tired, just finished a big Monday night session, but no, good to be in the gym, getting excited, less than 4 weeks to go.
Definitely, I mean 4 weeks ago we were just talking off camera, Lucy Wildheart, November 25th, Cameron Taylor 2 undercard. I mean, you must be buzzing for this one, mate.
Oh, I'm buzzing, I can't wait. I feel like I'm in a real fight. I feel like the fans are excited about this fight as well. Number 1 versus number 3 in the WBC, a good competitive fight and a really good opportunity for me to make a big statement on this division.
Definitely, we were just talking off camera. I was saying to you, and I said to Eddie before you guys started here tonight, I feel like this is the perfect fight for you. Obviously, she's only lost to kind of Estelle Mazzelli, Michaela Mayer, two great female fighters as well. And now you're fighting her at Lucy's natural weight. She fought Estelle and Michaela at higher weights, but this is her natural weight. Like you said, one to be excited for the fans. Yeah,
definitely. I feel like people really see this as a 50-50 fight, which we obviously haven't really seen me go in against as a professional yet. So, no, I'm really excited for the challenge. I think it's a good fight. It's a good fight for the fans. She's based in London as well, so we spar a lot of the same girls. We know a lot of the same people. So no, I'm really excited for it. It feels like a good domestic scrap.
Definitely, it definitely is. Obviously, two kind of honorary Brits fighting in Ireland as well. I do want to touch on kind of the event itself. Cameron Taylor 2. I mean, the first fight wasn't huge. I think the only person gutted that she's not on the card is Maisie Rose. So sorry, mate. Sorry, Maisie. But no, huge occasion and a big fight as well. I just want to get your thought on the main event.
Yeah, no, I can't wait. I'm so excited to be on this card. I boxed under Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano back in New York last year, so to be on this one's very, very special. I feel very privileged. I'm very excited for this fight. I think a prediction's hard. Obviously, a Taylor win sees a really exciting trilogy for boxing fans, and obviously would be huge for women's boxing. But Chantelle Cameron's a very tough task that Katie's got ahead of her. I struggle to see anyone beat Chantelle Cameron at 140. It'll be very interesting to kind of see what changes Katie and her team make going into this fight. The first one was competitive, so obviously Chantelle's going to come back better and more confident as well from the first one. And I think it's just an exciting fight for the fans. It's great for women's boxing. I can't wait, and I'm so excited to be part of the night.
Definitely, and I'm excited. Hopefully my media gets approved and I can be there ringside, so I really want to see that one. I didn't get the first one, so I was gutted for that. But I do want to touch on, obviously, when you won the interim world title, obviously congratulations on that. I don't think I've spoken to you since that. But kind of obviously that win, how do you, obviously, it's kind of unfortunate circumstance at the end, but how do you kind of reflect on that win and also unlocking that kind of mandatory status to Amanda Serrano as well? It was a huge win for yourself.
Yeah, it was. Obviously, yeah, it was a horrible thing that happened right at the end of the fight. I felt like it was probably my best performance as a professional so far. We got to see a few changes and things that we have been working on in the gym. Still only glimpses. There's still so much more to show and so much more we're still working on and things to change and improve. And I feel like we're constantly developing in the gym. But no, I think it was a good performance in the right direction for me. And obviously the Serrano fight, getting that mandatory status was always the goal, always the plan, but right now my full focus is on Lucy Wildheart, November 25th. I'm not looking past her. I've got a tough task in front of me as it is, and hopefully we can get that Serrano fight over the line in the very near future.
Of course, I'm really excited to see that Amanda Serrano fight. Not only that, Skye, because every time I've watched you, it's always been a step up and you always seem to make easy work of it, so I think the only time where everyone's going to go, oh, how's this fight going to go? It's going to be with Serrano, and I think she's the queen of the division, obviously. I do actually want to touch on this. Obviously, she fought Danila Ramos over 12 threes the other day. Obviously, there's a whole other discussion about the WBC and not sanctioning that. But obviously, what are your opinions on the 10-2, 12-3 debate? I spoke to Raven Chapman. She focuses on she wants the 12 threes as well. But what are your opinions on that?
I do not care. I think 3-minute round suits my boxing style. I'm a patient fighter. 3-minute rounds is a good pace for me. I'm not opposed to it, but obviously I'm the interim champion at in WBC. So for me, it's whatever the WBC is going to sanction, and they're the rules. I'm happy with 10-2s. I'm happy with 12-3s. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. Whatever I'm doing, the person in front of me is doing the same thing. So, I'm impartial. I understand. I can see both sides of the argument. I think 10-2s has kept women's boxing exciting, especially where there hasn't been a whole lot of depth. Obviously, there is a lot more talent coming through now, and the talent pool is definitely growing. But I think while there is still less depth, I feel like the 2-minute rounds forces women's boxing to be exciting, and we do steal the show a lot of the time, the women's fights. They are exciting. I think we could lose a bit of that excitement if we were to change to 12-3s. I think 10-3s. Why not 10-3s? Honestly, completely impartial. For me, it's whatever the ruling is, I'm happy to follow. So if I fight Serrano over 3-minute rounds, bring it on. If I fight Serrano over 2-minute rounds, bring it on.
Definitely, I think 10-3s is the way to go. I think it's a nice middle ground, and like you said, I think pretty much of a similar opinion to you, Skye. I feel like everyone's making too much of a debate that it doesn't really need to be had. It's a bit strange, but no, I'm excited either way. And yeah, the excitement of women's boxing, like you just mentioned there. I mean, Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano. I remember watching that at 4 o'clock in the morning. And I screamed as I think I woke up the whole street when Katie Taylor won that fight. I love Amanda Serrano, but that was incredible. I do want to touch on obviously after the Olympics you did kind of move over to the iBox and Eddie Lam and Al Smith kind of. I've never asked you this, so I do apologise if someone's asked you this 5 times already. But what made you kind of move over to the UK and train here at iBox as well?
I think the UK is the central hub for women's boxing globally. I think this is where it's thriving. We've got a lot of world champions here. And for me, it was just where the opportunities were going to be. I was signing with Matchroom and DAZN. I'd signed with Paul Reddy with STN Sports Management. So for me, this was just where I needed to be. I'd kind of always said if I was to turn pro, I probably would relocate to the US or the UK because obviously there is just a lot more depth, a lot more female sparring and opportunities. So, I took a leap and haven't looked back at all. I love my team here. I feel at home here. It's been a really amazing 18 months.
Definitely, and I think credit to you, Skye, because like I've said, the improvements you've made and added to your game, and you've been breezing the pros so far. And like I said, I do want to see that Amanda Serrano fight next. Obviously, you were in the Olympics. You're an Olympian. I've seen your Olympic tattoo as well. It's something that I feel like every amateur is striving to be. You achieved your dream there. But obviously, there's a bit of an unfortunate news of the boxing might not be in the Olympics in the coming years. I just want to get your thoughts on it. It's not. Doesn't look too positive, and what would it kind of mean if boxing wasn't at the Olympics?
Honestly, I think it'd be very detrimental to the future of boxing, professional boxing and amateur boxing. It's the dream for a lot of young kids, and I'm pretty sure it's the only original event that's been in every Olympics since the first ever original Olympics. So for the Olympic movement to lose boxing, I think would be a very, very sad time for boxing and for the Olympic Games. But to be honest with you as well, like these rumours about boxing not being in the Olympics have come around pretty much every Olympic cycle. So I'm hoping it's just another rumour and they are going to make sure that they can get it right and keep it in there. But at the same time, a lot of Olympic dreams are ruined and destroyed by politics and bad stuff that goes on behind the scenes. So I think that stuff does need to be rectified. Otherwise, it's ruining boxing just as much as it would be ruining boxing not being in the Olympics. You know what I mean? People need to have a fair go in there, and we need to start seeing fair judging. And I think that is a big part of the reason why there is a big shift for potentially losing boxing from the Olympics. But it'd be a very sad day for boxing, I think, and I think it would definitely negatively affect the future of boxing, professionally and amateur.
Definitely, and I think people forget it was not just Michael Conlan. And obviously, at the end of his fight, there's a lot more kind of situations that have gone to this point as well. But Skye, thank you very much for your time today. My final question: we ask this question to everyone. What does boxing mean to you?
To a deep question. Could be a deep question.
I'm so sorry.
Make it deep. Nah, I think it's a part of my identity. I think I don't know who I would be if it weren't for boxing. So I owe a lot to boxing, and I feel like, yeah, it's shaped me into the person I am today, and I think it's been written in destiny that it was always going to be what shaped me, and would be my purpose in life. And I love that it's a great tool for me to be able to inspire the next generation and show young girls that they can chase their dreams and become what they want to be. And I love boxing. It's my one true love. I'm married to the game.
Skye Nicolson, the best answer I've had to that question. Thank you very much, and best of luck against Lucy Wildheart on November 25th.
Thank you.